In my recent video, I tried to give you guys a semi-comprehensive review of the different places where you can buy your Deadpool suit, mask, and such. And in this one, what the idea was specifically about the mask and the pattern that you find on the different outfits and some of the potential issues that might arise when you're shopping, giving credit to the right people. So this was brought up by someone that the Zentai mask is very similar to this one made by Illustra Studios, and it could be potentially because it was a recast mask from the Illustra mask. So what do I mean by that? When you're making a face shell, the last step is casting it into a mold. To do that, you typically make a mold that you're gonna be able to cast many from eventually. And for this, you take some inspiration to actually make that design to cast it. And for all of these, you typically go through several iterations before you have it perfectly, and you're constantly battling all the different distractions for this project, such as life. And once you do have that final mold, you can make several masks just from that one mold. But if you try to shortcut this, you can take someone else's mask, recast it, and make several masks of this. And that also makes you an asshat. So, my mask again is from Phdpool. I love this guy, and I was just thinking, like, has anyone ever tried to like maybe potentially recast yours, or do they take a little more than inspiration? And you know, when I showed him this mask, he's like, "Does it look similar?" It's by Illustra Studios. Is like, "Nah, man, it's fine. They just might have taken some inspiration, but it's great." I also love that attitude, and they highly recommended Illustra. So, go good props to them. So where do I shop? So you know, that's one of the things to keep in mind. Zentai now is on my list of maybe don't buy from them. Illustra Studios is fine. RPC Studios where I get mine and do a really good job, and they're totally clear. Snakebit Studios is the same. Cosplay Replica Cave also does really good work. God Save the Queen Fashions, Benny One Moi. These are all suggested, maybe not Zentai. Etsy, Amazon, and eBay, you might not be buying from people that really give a shit about cosplay, and they might be stealing some things from others. So keep that in mind. RJ Gould is another person who has face shells, and they're great. Bad Art Studios just like might be finishing work on theirs. I think they have them up for sale. Gotham City FX is potentially totally clear, but maybe they are taking a little more than inspiration on some of their masks. Elfed is where I got mine. Also, I love that guy's attitude, so check him out. Zentai Zone is kind of like Zentai, where who knows if they're giving all the credit where it needs to be given. Spider Nation has a Deadpool mask as well. Worth checking out. And then there's the fucking bullshit category, where I'm not going to tell you where you can buy this suit. So originally it is by Snakebit Studio. So is this picture. But someone online is selling it at a quarter of price, not only like stealing the design, but also this picture. This is not someone from the website where I saw it. You know, this is not their picture. They just took this off Instagram and they're trying to sell the suit, and it might not even look like this. So you know, trying to get the money. Anyways, so where do I shop? See what you see on the screen right now. Those are places that I think check out pretty well. Again, not a super comprehensive review, but these are some places that I checked out, and I think they look alright. So another potential area where you might run into some ethical considerations is when you are doing the print onto fabric. And so that's what I have right here. This is spandex that's been printed with a file that tells it to look like a Deadpool suit. Because if you don't, you look like Casper the Ghost right here. That's what a cutout sheet of spandex will look like. So the way I have this is I bought my Deadpool design from Gunhead Design. So basically it's a digital file. I have some ownership to it since I bought it, and I can then use this file to ask someone like RPC Studio to feed it to a printer. It's going to print it onto spandex, cut it out, and instead of looking like Casper the Ghost, you're going to look like Deadpool. But because it's this digital file that's out there, in addition to printing it, you can print it lots and lots of times, which is fine until you start selling it. Then if you're not giving any credit, you're not giving Gunhead any cut, you know, that's not super cool. And also, if you try to sell the digital file, then that's really super, you know, douchey of you. So fuck you and fuck you if you try to sell lots and lots of it without giving any credit. So how do you know if a vendor is cool? So this one potential area when you have these more like complicated suits, such as this Party Task Boutique on Etsy and the Binny One suit. These are, you know, handmade. It's gonna be hard to rip this off. So those guys are always gonna be fine. Additionally, when you have like this category of the basic Deadpool costume is what I call it, these are just different fabrics sewn together. So those are also fine. But when you have like this PDF file printed onto spandex, how that PDF file was utilized and if any credit was given to the original designer, that's where you might run into some issues. And again, there's a lot of different places where you can get your masks. and I mentioned some of them. So one way to know like whether the mask again is totally legit is if you're able to track the person's progress in making it. So here, this is Bad Art Studios on Instagram. I've been able to watch them over time make their like mold, like that's them working on it, like slowly shaving away pieces. So like this wasn't recast. This is fine. These guys did it themselves. Whether they took inspiration from others doesn't matter. Like that's a legit place to get it. And what it comes down to also is like this map of Westeros. But like you'll have your different legions where you will pledge your fealty. I guess it's most likely the person you have bought your mask from, and that is being the case. I always recommend Elfet because he's a very chill guy. And if you guys have any questions, that's my video. I'm just gonna let this guy dance for a second. Spend your money how you want, but these are just some of the things you should be keeping in mind as you're shopping. Where is this process coming from? Are the original creators getting the credit? And or is your money going to the right place? Thanks for watching.